What the hell? Okay. Great. This is my favorite noise in the whole wide world. Hell yeah. What the fuck is happening? Okay. You might have thought that that was deliberate, but it was not. Hello everyone and welcome to FAQ, Frequently Asked Questions 176. Hallelujah. This is basically what I was about to say, that this is the series that made me talk for real in my YouTube channel. I mean, it's an old series, the FAQs, man. I had those every Sunday, and then eventually I switched over to Sunday With Ola. And to this day, I made 247 Sunday With Olas, and I came up to 176 FAQs with today's FAQ. I figured I would, give myself a little break from Sunday With Olas. It's dead smack in vacation, time. My kids are home, and I need to cook some food or something. I don't know. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna head straight to the questions, and let's see what happens. Welchie7849, have you ever felt lost in the endless options after using so much gear? Hell yeah, baby. Rest assured, yes. Oh my God, man. The options that we have to choose from, they're just so plenty. It's insane. Like the guitar business today is blooming, in my opinion. I mean, not without problems. Obviously, we have, tube amplifiers. Tube amplifiers are kind of like struggling a little bit nowadays. It's tough to compete with the new technology, which is cheaper, more lightweight, and almost equally good. So tube amplifiers have been taking a little bit of a toll lately. Not saying that they will die, but they will definitely phase out a little bit as we go forward into the future. To the question if I've ever felt lost in all of this, I wouldn't say that I feel lost, but I do feel overwhelmed at times. Not when thinking about my YouTube channel, because for my YouTube channel it's pretty easy. I take a piece of gear and I focus on that for the video, and I'm like, hey, that's good, The problem usually is, and you know this because if you watch my videos, you've seen that I usually think a lot about my touring rig or what I'm bringing to play live with my different bands. That's where I feel a little bit overwhelmed with the options. My solution to this is that I try to focus, or try to stay focused on one platform or one approach, I would say. I mean, in regards to modelers, oh my God. In regards to modelers for playing live, I'm just using this as a, as an example. But you have so many different types of modelers out there. I have the FN3 Turbo here and the Toemaster Pro. In my case, I'm like, all of these are fucking great. All of these are great. The Toemaster is great. The FN3 is great. The Quad Cortex is amazing as well. But what I've done with the Haunted, for instance, is that instead of trying to figure out okay, this is a little bit better than this and this is a little bit better than the Quad Cortex and whatnot, I basically focused on the Quad Cortex because it is the one that is the most user-friendly for me right now. Is it the best sounding unit compared to these? They all sound basically the same, in my opinion. It's more about finding something, trying to focus on it. And that's what I did with the Quad Cortex, for instance. I decided to go with the Quad Cortex to focus on that unit, to make it my live rig. Not saying that these other modelers are bad or anything. It's just that I chose to focus on the Quad Cortex because I know I'm going to spend a lot of time with it. And time, it's not something I necessarily have that often. If you take away the touring aspect, I still love to tinker around with all the different technologies that are out there. And it's really fun, man. For the YouTube channel, I'm having a lot of fun. But for the touring aspect, I don't want to get lost in the gear when I have to practice. It's very easy to get completely overwhelmed by the gear aspect, but I still need to practice guitar, and focus on what's important for a live show, and that is first and foremost the performance. 99% of the people that go to a show, they're not going to care if you're using the Quad Cortex or the Fender Toemaster Pro. So that's how I do it, okay? Miguel de la Cruz, $47.99. How often do you change your strings on tour? So this varies a little bit. Now, I don't usually tour that often. I did have one tour with Ola, Englund, as a solo thing this past January. And I think the magical limit for me using guitars, it all depends on how long of sets you also have or how long you play every night. But I think for me, my main guitar, I will probably change strings every third show or something like that, after every third show. And it's basically the same with the Haunted as well. But then just to be sure, I change on both guitar, both the backup and the main guitar. And yeah, you burn through a bunch of strings, man, when you're playing live and playing on tour. I'm lucky in that sense that I don't sweat, or I don't have that super acidic sweat that basically burns through strings. If you have that, you know, you can burn through the strings and they will sound so dull and shitty after a very, very short time. I'm very happy that I don't have that, okay? Thank you. Nick Hollow Knives. Did you see Megadeth's guitarist Teemu in the studio with the Solar? I think I saw something that Dave Mustaine posted Teemu the other day, and he said the new kid on the block. And that's Teemu right there sitting with a beautiful AC6 guitar with an Evertune bridge. Hell, and sunglasses, obviously, very important. And obviously, a lot of people reflected on him playing a Solar guitar and probably speculating a little bit. I think it's the one of those European-made specials. Very nice. Ola will be loving that. It will chug a lot. A whole album of very fast chug. It will be nice. Ola England, a lot of people tagged, which is nice. Thank you. I appreciate you guys tagging me on the posts. I see them. Okay, so I did see this picture. But it seems that the Teemu has been using this guitar quite a lot when tracking the new album, which is cool. And to the people that are speculating that we're working on something, we're not working on something. Basically, Teemu is a friend, and we'll let him have a guitar, you know, to try out and play. I'm happy that he's using it, and it makes me very happy, actually. I mean, come on. He's playing in fucking Megadeth, man. How cool is that? I think he will continue to play with Ibanez. That's just my guess right there. Tetsuhin28. When does Louise get a raise? All right, so what he's meaning is that, you know, Louise is working for my company, Ola Englund YouTube, and when's the next time she gets a raise? That's not how it works, okay? She gets another type of raise, if you know what I'm saying. But it's at home in bed. All right, let's just go through to the next question. Tom Hunt, one question, that's all. How do you get your tone to be so clear through a mix while also being high in gain? I have a 5150 Iconic Series combo amp. I know you made a video about the amp already. However, is it possible to give me some tips on how to make my tone clearer? Thank you so much. And yes, I do have a couple of tips and tricks on how to make your tone clear. And I think, first and foremost of all, you need to have a pickup, a guitar pickup that's clear. And that's where the tone starts, man. And usually when you have a lower end guitar with some no-name pickups, usually they are a little bit chaotic in their sound. And me personally, I noticed how my guitar tone was kind of clearing up a little bit when I stopped using ceramic pickups, to be honest. So in my case, going to using Alnico pickups have definitely improved my tone or made a much more clear tone. With the ceramic, there's a lot of high end happening. It just doesn't fit my type of picking technique and style. And Alnico just serves me so well, you know. And the Custom 5 Alnico is insanely good. The Duncan Solar is basically loosely based on the Custom 5 Alnico, and that's basically all I use. And it's just like I've dropped the pickup demos because I feel like, nope, that's it. That's it right there. That's the tone. So it just makes it easier. Like I said before, in terms of gear and the amount of gear that's available, this is something I decided to use the Custom 5 Alnico and just stay on that and stay focused on the rest. So I mean, you can venture into pickups as well, but the thing is that at the pickup, that's where the tone starts. And it will affect everything in the signal path. So if you were like sitting with an amplifier, hell yeah, this sounds so fucking amazing, yeah, and then you switch to pickup, it's gonna change everything. So it's for good and bad, obviously. If you're into that, perfect. But I kind of want to focus on other things. And that's why having like an Alnico pickup is my thing. That's what I would do to make my tone a little bit clear. Also, if you're talking about using it in a mix, roll off the low end for sure. I mean, you don't need as much low end as you think on your guitars. Let the bass do the work in this region, and your tone will be a lot clearer. So there you go. Thank you. Dungeon Hardware 7430. Does it ever feel weird playing material by The Haunted that was written before your time in the band, particularly in a live setting? That's a great question, actually. I joined The Haunted in 2012, and obviously they've existed since 1999 or something like that. And most of their like huge hits are obviously from before I was in the band, because they were better back then. And they replaced the guitar player that was really good, and now it's the shitty old Englund guitar player. The thing about The Haunted is that before I joined the band, I was a fan of The Haunted. So in my eyes, I get to play all these amazing songs live. And dude, I love playing these old songs live. Like 99, dude, Trespass, oh my God, Bury Your Dead, Hate Song. All these old songs are just, they're too fucking good, man. It does not feel weird at all for me to play them. With the solos that Anders wrote, I try to stay as true as I can to those solos, because that's what I think. That's just me trying to pay respect to the fans that know these solos for how they sound on the album. I mean, a lot of people would say that, okay, but maybe you should put your own spin to it. I am putting my own spin to it, but I am playing it like they should be, in my opinion. So it's, I truly enjoy playing old Haunted songs. Because they're awesome. Trailer Park Traders, how much money do you make from YouTube? Oh my God, there it is, the question that I've avoided for a very, very long time. Why, you might ask? It's not because I'm making millions out of YouTube, it's just because in Sweden, we don't talk money at all. It's taboo to talk about salaries, and I don't know what my friends are earning, because I don't ask him. That's private. Anyways, let's next question. Nox Bladian, most evil and aggressive amplifier. Holy shit, that's a great question. If you would ask me this question in 15 years ago, I would probably have said the Engel Savage, which is still a very brutal ass amplifier today, but I have to think this through. Dude, the Mesa Boogie Mark 2C Plus is incredibly brutal, I would say. But I mean, then again, you can use any overdrive and you can make basically any amplifier brutal as hell. The Bad Cat Lynx, that was a brutal amplifier as well. The Meshuggah amplifier, yes. The Randall Satan, obviously, hell yeah. I mean, that's not available anymore, but still, it's brutal. And there's a bunch of really brutal ass amplifiers out there. The problem with the most aggressive amplifiers is that they're already so aggressive, it's really tough to kind of dial it back a little bit. I'd rather have more of a standard sounding amplifier and being able to use an overdrive to kind of push that aggressiveness in that sense. It's easier to go back and forth then if the amp is more traditional in that sense. But great question. The Keymaker QC, how can you keep up being so genuine and honest in your content when almost everything else from other content creators seems so fake and fabricated? Oh shit, okay. We don't know this, okay? We don't know if the other ones are fabrications or not. But I thank you. I really appreciate it that it comes across this way, because I think I decided very early when I started making my FAQs, actually. I can try to be funny, but it's not funny. It's not funny. And I can try to put a persona in front of me, but it's just not gonna, I can't, man. I can't do this. So it's easier to just put myself out there. And I decided on this very early because I figured like, okay, I sculpt my own audience, right? So it's easier for them to expect who I am, my shenanigans, and my ways of speaking or my ways of talking, and get them used to that. If I do a fake persona, then you have to put on that persona all the time. It's tough. It's easy for me to make content if I'm just like, okay, on with the cameras, let's go. And then I just go and talk like I am without the cameras on, you know? So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I think this camera is overheated right now. How do I work this? It's blinking like a motherfucker. Well, I've been talking for so long That camera overheated. Hell yeah, it is summer. Last question, Mercy No More. What in-ears did you get? I'd like to look into getting those. Okay, so this goes into one of the Sunday With Olas where I was talking about my tinnitus. And I talked a little bit about what ear protection I was using. So I brought out my two ear protections that I'm using. One for playing live, okay? One for going to shows. So the ones that I use when I go to shows are molded earplugs. So these are molded after my ears, basically. You go to a place where they fill your ears with foam, then they pull it out, and then you get earplugs like this. And that cost, when I did it, maybe like $150. It's probably more expensive now. I put them in, and the sound is very good. It lowers the volume of every frequency fairly good, I would say. So going to see a live show, it basically just lowers the volume without making it sound boxy or shitty. These molded ones, great for going to shows. However, for when playing live, I'm actually using these. These are Shure in-ear. So this is the 535. I bought new of these last year. I also have 245. I used the 235 for a long time, but this is 535. It's a little bit more expensive because with the molded earplugs, I've tried using these live, and I just don't like how, you know, when you're playing live, you're moving your head a lot, and you're like, and when you do that with molded earplugs, you know, it's not holding tight against the ear. You get these crackling like. So for playing live and when you're moving around, headbang and all that, I enjoy these a lot more. Sure, 535 for you know, using in-ears playing live, and then molded ear things for going to a show, enjoying myself. Hell yeah! Dude, that was it for FAQ 176. Hell yeah! If you have any questions, put them in the comment section of this video. Also, I said in the last FAQ that was exactly 1 year ago that I would do these more often. And now it's been a year. Maybe I'll try a little harder to make it more often now. We'll just have to see about that. You can get merch from olaenglundshop.com. You can become a YouTube member for some extras and Discord access. And hell yeah. Bye. See you soon.